The truth about America's first billionaire. Welcome back. Today we're uncovering the truth about America's first billionaire. What if I told you the richest man in American history wasn't just building wealth? He was building control. A man so powerful, people feared him more than they respected him. This is the truth about America's first billionaire, and why his story is far darker than you think. John D. Rockefeller. To most people, he's just a name in history books. A symbol of success, discipline, wealth. But behind the polished image, there's a story rarely told. A story of secrecy, of calculated power, and a system designed to dominate everything. Because Rockefeller didn't just become rich. He changed the rules of the game. From a young age, Rockefeller was different. While others chased comfort, he chased control. He tracked every cent he earned. Every dollar had a purpose. Not to spend, but to multiply. He believed one thing above all. Competition is a sin. Think about that. Not losing is a sin. Not failure is a sin. Competition itself. Because Rockefeller didn't want to win the game. He wanted to eliminate it. Then came oil. At the time, it was chaotic, unorganized, wild, but Rockefeller saw something others didn't. Control the oil, and you control the future. So he built Standard Oil. And slowly, quietly, he began taking over. Not always through force, but through strategy. He would undercut prices until competitors collapsed. Secretly partner with railroads. Buy out rivals before they even realized what was happening. And one by one, they disappeared. But here's where things get uncomfortable. Rockefeller didn't just dominate the market. He controlled information. Deals were made behind closed doors. Agreements no one could see. Entire industries shifted, without the public even knowing why. By the peak of his power, he controlled around 90% of the oil in the United States. 90%. That's not success. That's dominance. And when one man controls that much, he doesn't just influence business. He influences everything. People didn't admire Rockefeller the way you might think. They feared him. Small business owners saw him as unstoppable. Workers saw him as distant, untouchable. And the government? Even they began to worry. Because when power becomes that concentrated, it stops being about money. It becomes something else entirely. Control over systems, over industries, over people. Eventually, the government stepped in. Standard Oil was broken up. On paper, it looked like Rockefeller lost. But here's the twist. He didn't. Because even after the breakup, he still owned massive shares in all the new companies. So when Standard Oil fell, his wealth actually grew. He didn't lose control. He adapted. Today, Rockefeller is remembered as a philanthropist, a pioneer, a legend. But the truth is more complicated. He showed the world something powerful. That true wealth isn't just about money. It's about control. Control of industries. Control of systems. Control of narratives. And once you have that, you don't just play the game. You become the system. So the question isn't, was Rockefeller a genius? Or was he dangerous? The real question is, how many people like him exist today? That we don't even see? If you want more stories like this, the ones they don't usually tell, subscribe. Because the truth is always deeper than what you're shown.